How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here to give you another Yashahime episode review, recap. Uh, Man, I actually shortened it to just Yashahime. Always say Princess Half Demons. Today's episode is actually episode 44, When the Grim Comet Falls. And you'll be kind of surprised what I say during this episode. So, as always, please do not forget to give me a like, a comment, and subscribe. All those things really help out, and I'm definitely trying to get to 200 subscribers. Man, it seems like we're actually towards the end game now. We're towards the end game now, and I can feel it. If we do not finish this anime in this is 44. If we don't finish this anime by episode 51 or 52, I will be very surprised. So we had a week off. Last week was like the special episode thing. I guess they just wanted to take a break, which is kind of funny because usually when you get recaps like that, it means that we're getting closer to the end or we're getting closer to a break. Um, as it stands, and I will say this before I say it later because I did put this in my notes at the end. The manga seems to be a whole lot better. I'm trying ferociously to find translations for it because I would love to review and go through that. Just a lot more things make sense, and it's so funny because generally we have mangas come first, then the animes, and sometimes the animes got to keep going, so they have some filler in here and there, and then you get moments where it's like, all right, where it ends, but then we got a reboot or we have a continuation, like with the final act. Um, but yeah, the manga just seems to be doing a lot of other stuff that makes more that seems to be more interesting, and it makes a lot of more sense plot wise. Like recently, spoiler, but recently I believe Moroha has a form that she gets white hair like her dad. I think it's when she puts on the rouge, right? And I saw some people on some groups that were complaining about that, like that doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to make sense. She's accessing her demon lineage. Everybody on her dad's side has white hair. Hirsch. Hirsch. Now, remember last time the three princesses and Osamu Kirin, Mr. Kirin, we're going to go ahead and take care of this comet issue. Rion and Riku have arrived at Mount Musubi. So apparently for Rion's plan to go forward with getting rid of Kirinmaru, it starts there. So the moon is getting, I'm sorry, I call it the moon. It's a comet, but it looks like a moon. It actually looks like the moon from Majora's Mask. That's how close it's getting. Of course, no human in that era can see it, which is just kind of funny. And Setsuna even remarks has a murderous aura. Toa's trying to figure out how they can get through. Moroha's just thinking, I'm not gonna let the era that my mother was born in and grew up in go away. So she's ready to just hop on it. But Mr. Kieran says, hold on a second, I'm gonna go up there and assess everything. We can't attack blindly. Make sure you get rid of any demons that come out. So he goes up, you know. While he's up there, there's a crow, and the crow just turns straight to bones. He's like, this is miasma, and it's purple. So the Grim Comet is not actually purple. That's the miasma that's around it. It's so thick, a human instantly die the moment they inhale it. And then going deeper into that, there's a green demonic energy. Now he can also see. He's able to say, yeah, this stuff is so strong that demons will instantly form from it, which they do. And the moment it crashes, demons are just going to cover the earth almost instantly, right? And while he's doing that, the demons are coming out, and the girls got to attack it. But I'm gonna skip a couple parts ahead to get to what he finds up there. So he goes up there and he touches the Grim Comet, and there's like a pulse, and we see this weird shaped thing. You would have thought it was a fetus, but it's weirdly shaped. It looks, it looks almost like a chrysalis. My theory is that it is a giant dream butterfly crappy thing, but I'll save that for later. Now, oops, gotta get back to my notes. So now, the girls are gonna go ahead and fight. Moroha, of course, leads the charge. She jumps up on this dragon-looking one. It makes it go in a circle. Other demons are circling around it. Moroha makes the astute, not judgment, but assessment that since they are foreign entities here, the demons are going straight for them. As they circle around, you have Setsuna doing her technique, the Cyclone Burst, but they got to keep up the fight. They have to keep killing other demons that show up, and they're doing a good job. They're these demons don't really matter much to them now, right? Um, where am I at here? Now, since Mr. Kirin has already decided that something so dangerous cannot go unchecked, he could still hear Kirinmaru calling him like, "My right arm, beat the was it the half blood princess or the half demon prince? Beat them! Come on, I'm calling you. Let me through here." And Kirinmaru is still trying to get through. Meanwhile, in the feudal era, I saw sacred arrows go out. It's actually Kaede. Kaede's taking care of the demons and trying to protect people, but she's old, and I still harbor some bad. I hate to say bad feelings. I still think she's kind of inept, not because she's old, but because she. And someone I saw a post about this online. Someone was like, "Oh, she's such a good caretaker. She took care of Ren. Now she take care of Ren's kids." You couldn't tell Moroha who her parents were. You're trash. Trash. Two people that have helped save your life and your village. You can't even tell their kid that you know is their kid. What's going on? Trash. Trash. Where's the garbage? The garbage bin is over there. Kobe is in the trash. But she's doing her best. And of course, we get Blades of Blood. Like seeing that throwback. Destroys a bunch of demons. They're telling her, you need to chill out. We'll take care of this. Kagome's sacred arrow kills a bunch of them, and one gets away. But then we get Shippo, who it's so funny that Shippo is still panicking, but does a foxfire to kill it. And it's like he's like, this is crazy, kills the thing, and I can appreciate that because Shippo is not useless. It's nice to see him back. Anywho, um, there are literally demons all over attacking because we got Hisui using the Hiraikatsu, just taking care of demons before they attack people. There's like half a dozen behind him, and of course the boy Kohaku takes care of those things with just one sickle throw. You have his twin older sisters Gyuto and Kyun. They're handling stuff. Well, I think they're able to use their Buddhist power and talismans to gather demons together while Moroku's getting people out of there. And they did such a good job. He was able to just exercise the lot. But then there's some demons coming from the east, and here's Sango with the new black. Well, I'm gonna make sure I say this stupid name correctly. Black Hirakotsu, which she calls it that, which is not really much of a inventive name, but it is a mixture of uh, Gyoto's not Gyoto's materials that she's gathered and Kyun's Buddhist power, and she's just like, yeah, she whips this thing, and it has a purple trail. It looks like a purple Destructo disc from Dragon Ball. It just cuts through all these things. She's able to just grab it. It's no big deal. Everyone is well. It looks like everyone who is younger is in all like, damn, she did all that by herself, and Moroku's just, mm-hmm, and Kohaku's like, you still got it, sis, and it's like, yeah, yeah, it's it, and if it's one thing the show has proven, and I actually appreciate it way more than the Korra Avatar series, is that the older group, they're still really cool. They can whoop butt. Yeah, Shishomaru had a hard time against Kirinmaru because Kirinmaru was a guy that was on par with his dad, and he literally took that blow just so his daughter and niece wouldn't get hit. I digress. I like seeing that the old guys can still, like, these demons don't matter to them. They can still protect people and kill all these things easily. Uh, where am I at here? Ren is taking care of Shishomaru, who may or may not be napping. I can't tell. He could be napping. He could be just, replenishing his energy. Um, so Riku asked Rion, "What can Mount Masubi do for us to even beat Kirinmaru?" And she's like, "Well, there's something here that is integral with to beat him." He's like, "Oh, a Kyokun root, okay." And I'm guessing they have to find a way how to make this thing manifest. And he goes, "Oh, I still have this apple seed from Toa-san." And she's like, "But what is? Oh, so they're basically gonna bury the seed. So I guess to rapidly grow it so they can make a new thing. Just wait till I get there. Now that's one part I'm gonna save. Um, so Mr. Kirin comes down and says, "Hey guys, you gotta follow my plan exactly to the letter, right?" which I would thought would have been something complicated, but it's not. But they go along with him quite easily. Um, it's up to Toa and Sasuna to get rid of the miasma that's around it. Um, Moroha needs to use her sacred arrows to dispel the demon energy that's around it, and then then all three of them attack it to reduce it. And what he's gonna do is he'll take care of it from there. So of course we get the Scourge of Swallows, the single Azure Dragon to get rid of that miasma. Morha has to fire two groups of three arrows. So she fires six arrows. The first three are dispersing the thing, and everybody's like, "Damn, girl, you really got to upgrade." She's like, "Yeah, my mom's bow and arrow is the stuff, right?" And when she fires the last three, her sacred arrows are killing the demons that are around it and dispelling the demon energy that's around it. So the demon energy that was around it was green. That's gone. Now it's just this big, dark, indigo-ish rock. And all three of them are going to put their big moves together. We have the twin Azure Dragon, the Vermilion Bird Ambush, and the Crimson Dragon Wave. I did not call it that in my notes, but I'm not going to say that word out loud. So they hit it, but it's not getting small, and on top of that, the demon energy is coming back. Part of me did not like that because it kind of felt like they were saying, "Oh man, Moroha, you could do your job." I won't take it that way. Now that I'm thinking about it after reviewing it and going through my notes with you guys, that's kind of what it felt like, but I'm not gonna take it that way. It could just be this thing is just really strong, right? This is a millennia old thing that's from space. Wait till I get to more things about space. So what Toa decides, because Toa was using that broken sword this whole time, she goes, "I'm gonna use the Kyokun root thing, whatever the real name of it is, right?" And so she's using it to absorb that demon energy. And even Sasuna's like, "Can you not do that, please?" And she's like, "Don't worry, I just gotta get to the brink. I gotta get enough of this energy to send back." That's the scene right there, to get to just throw this energy right back at it. And she does. She takes it, and she gets her cool Naruto moment. It's so funny that there's your dragon energy looks like um, Water Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh, but while the energy's up there on the comet, it forms into two twin dragons. This stuff looks cool, and this is fun. This is the funny part, guys. The animation shifts. It's a noticeable shift from normal to kind of upscale in the middle of this, right here in this part for the rest of it. And so she gets this energy, and in Naruto fashion, I have to tease her about this. In straight Naruto fashion, she gets the shooting star twin as your dragon wave. Looks amazing. It's pretty dang cool attack. It's a really cool moment for her. I'm giving her all the kudos. That was nice. Fully dispels the energy, breaks the thing down a little bit, um, and she she has that moment. She passes out. All her energy's gone. Her eyes are blank. Her cousin and her sister they're calling to her, and then she has one of the one of those moments where she brought herself back. Good for you. Good for you that you didn't put everybody in a weird situation. And then, of course, Mr. Kirin, he's so moved by her self sacrifice, and he's literally crying. He does. I'm telling you guys, the animation for when Toa started doing her shooting star, like when she decided to take that energy and send it back, the animation shifted so well. He's tossing the tears, and you see the droplet. And since he's the right hand, he has this right hand thing, and he charges up, and he goes amazing in English, goes up to it. His whole deal is not to destroy it. He's just gonna stop it, and he's holding it, and it's pushing him back, and he's pushing against Tokyo Tower, starting to bend it. And the girls all hug each other, and they're all huddled up. Got to keep my camera going here, and they keep it all. They're huddled up, and he's breaking it, and it's breaking and breaking, and he finally says, "A power." Such a great moment of flat, like it's not overly flashy, but it's flashing lights. It has that layer of black and white, then color, then white. It looks so good. I like Mr. Kirin because he is so out there and so weird, and his weirdness is gonna catch up with us. But he fully stops it. Like he just stops the comet. It's done. And all the girls, Susuna's flat out, you cannot use this sword again. And Mr. Kirin hears Kirinmaru, telling them, beat the girls, get me through here. And Osamu Kirin, Osamu Kirin tells her, yeah, you should probably throw that sword away. And she's like, I can't. I promised Rion that I would use it to beat Kirinmaru. And he's like, oh, Rion, how's she doing? They all tell her, like, she's been dead for a long time. And he has this moment. And they probably should have never told him that. I would have never told him that. I was just like, she's okay. Mm, because we do a shift back. Because he looks very shooketh. We do a shift back to Rion. They bury the apple seed. A big apple tree grows instantly because she's praying to Mount Musubi, asking it for, use the power that's within her to make it grow so they can beat Kirinmaru. And a golden green apple, not like a green apple, like it's a nice little emerald shade, it's almost translucent, grows from one of the branches. With this, they can beat Kirinmaru. I don't know how. I figured they would have made a sword or something, but with that, they can beat him. And so we get back to Mr. Kirin, and he's just pissed that all that happened to Rion. So he's using his Jedi psychic powers, his purple energy. He has deep, dark, evil. Usually, when you get this color, it's usually evil. He has this deep demon energy that moves the sword from her hand into his own. He's like, I can use this blade. I refuse. I refuse to try to say this sword's real name. It's like Amatama something like that. I refuse to even try to write it down because he's explaining that since he wielded the sword as Kirinmaru's right hand, he has no problem using it. He also says that the sword it fell from space. It's technically not. It's not a. How do I say this? Humans humans and beings that are human-like cannot use this blade. It was not. They can't use it to its full extent. Period. So he's gonna use it, and when our girl Toa says, well, she made a promise to Rion, he's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna be Kirinmaru. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get rid of all the demons in the feudal era because I'm gonna take the Grim Comet here through to the feudal era, and that'll be that. And he tells her, read the history books about me, and all the while, Kirinmaru gives one more shout at him, and a little crack in time and space opens up. Then there's the tunnel, and then there's a black hole. Then there's Kirinmaru going, my right hand, I've been calling you. I've been calling you. And they're all like ready to go. He's like, don't worry about it. I got this. He has like this red, I thought it was a string of fate, but he has this red energy. He's going to pull it through. And he does pull it through. He pulls it through and he's gone. Excuse me. And, where am I at here? The one thing I did forget to say is that he lets them know that Kirinmaru was trying to pry open the doors of time and space, saying that if he got there, there'll be way more casualties. So he has a very serious look on his face. And actually, during that moment when Kirinmaru burst through, he, Mr. Kirin is basically, happy about humans and how delightful they can be and how delightful they are. He's like, in contrast to demons with, I'm paraphrasing here, with how nasty and evil they are and wretched they are. So he goes through, he passes Kirinmaru, they make eye contact and the Grim Comet is moving through it. The hole closes. Now this is what's weird here. The pinwheel that's on the Tree of Ages in the modern era is burnt up, falls off the tree. And I'm thinking to myself, so how are the girls going to go back? And then they all realize what Kirinmaru said. He said, wait, he's going to get rid of all demons. That includes Shishomaru and my dad. Yeah, that would likely include their Shishomaru and Inuyasha. Granted, Inuyasha's half demon, but even Moroha's like, well, my dad wouldn't go down that easily, and neither would your dad. But still, we need to get there because something bad is about to go down. So here's the crazy part, guys. This comet breaks through space and time. I'm talking about the sky is cracked and it's dark. The demons that are around are destroyed, But the windmill, sorry, of time obliterated. The area that was Mama Shishomaru's palace. I don't know where she went. She pieced out, and she pieced out quickly. But Jock and Takachiyo have to run. They're flying on top of him. And they're like, Jock's like, we need to get to the Tree of Ages and get to Lord Shishomaru because this is crazy. So the Grim Comet is just stuck in the middle of the sky. Inuyasha and Kagome see it. Everyone's able to instantly put two and two together. So this is the Grim Comet from the other world, which I'm always confused on why they just call the past the other world. It's really, it may seem like another world, but it's just the past. It's just demons went extinct somehow. I'm guessing the spinoff show, which Yashahime has been called a spinoff show several times by the people who make it. So, but apparently this show is going to explain how there were no demons in the modern era. I still think that the cat is a demon. Buyo is a demon. I'm hoping to that. Anyway, Hisui is looking around just like, man, the heavens are falling, which they literally are. Sango was like, this is the degenerate age, and even Moroku's just flat out, things have gotten really, really, this is a horrible, horrible turn of events. So the two Kirins meet each other. Mr. Kirin's like, I've been wanting to meet you for a long time. He reaches out his hand, and Kirinmaru looks at it, and then he punches him in the face. Like, why didn't you answer me when I was telling you what to do? I'm going to cut in right here. There was a post I saw last week where someone was like, Kirinmaru better be redeemable because they were redeemed Shishomaru and, and Inuyasha's annoying and Shishomaru's annoying. And I can't talk to individuals like that because at first they were making sense about talking about people being redeemed because this is what the show has done before. The show has done redeeming people, right? Like Kikyo and Shishomaru didn't really need redemption because he didn't like humans, right? But he never went on a mad dash to exterminate all of them, to have a genocide. And he's done some messed up things, but he has never gone to the extent that the Kirinmaru family has done. They're trying to do entire planet genocide of humans and half demons. They have literally ruined several families' lives where people's children have been orphaned. People have had to be held against their will to protect them from them. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go on a limb. You can like Kirinmaru. It's okay to like villains, but you need to realize that they can be horribly irredeemable, and you can still like them. But then on the flip side of that person's argument, they still said that Inuyasha was annoying. I'm like, what? All he did was call Kagome's name. All right. I don't even know if you even like this franchise, if that's how far you're going. But I just had to get that little mini rant in because I was thinking about that the whole time I'm looking at this because Kirinmaru just, from the first season, 180, because dude's just a butthole now. Just a straight stinky butthole. So meanwhile, after he punches him, Mr. Kirin's like, yeah, but I'm doing everything you wanted, right? I brought you the Grim Comet. You can easily beat it with the Baku Sen thingamajig, the sword that he has. He has two swords. You can be easily defeated with that. It'll tremble beneath your might. And even, Kirinmaru was like, oh yeah, you are indeed my right hand, which is okay. And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, he pulls out dream butterflies, shows Paris, New York, and a beach area I don't recognize. It might be Dubai. I'm not 100% sure on that one. He said, yeah, and I got some memories to show Rion. My travels around the world is what you wanted, right? And he's like, all right, cool. Now, here's another part I'm going to interject here. And the comments, by the way, slowly falling. Hasn't completely stopped. It's just slowly falling, right? So here's the thing that's confusing to me. Kirinmaru claimed that Mr. Kirin, his right hand, had been calling to him, begging him to come and save the day. I think that's a lie. I think he was just able to feel his want and ambition to save humanity. And just, Kirinmaru is fully deranged at this point. I'm looking forward to when someone slices him in half or beheads him. He needs to just go. Sorry, Riku, that means you're going to be reborn as an apple tree. But yeah, just he gotta go. Just you gotta go. Mr. Kirin was cool, but see, now it looks like it's Rion. Rion is literally the issue. Because it seemed like he snapped once he heard that Rion died. Because obviously, being the right hand, he still has, an emotional attachment to her. I'm wondering, why doesn't Sasuna, and they're probably going to do this, I hope they do this, why doesn't Sasuna just be like, all right, just like with Medimaru, you're able to cut that, cut his, all those hundreds and thousands of grudges. You need to cut that damn string that they have that's connecting them to Rion. And once you cut that string, maybe they'll die and just leave us all alone. They have tortured the real world and people in this family long enough. Anyway, the three princesses, they go back to the Tree of Ages. They see the burnt pinwheel on the ground. Toa climbs it, puts it in there. They're all begging the Tree of Ages to allow them to get through so they can get to the other side. No response. They realize that they are stuck there. And that was the end of the episode. Next episode, they're gonna meet up with Papa Sota, and it looks like I thought it was Riku speaking, but it wasn't him. It was talking about the where was it? I'll never forget the 10 years I spent with you. I think Sota knows how to send them back, and it might be a one-way trip, and he's coming to grips with not being able to see his first daughter ever again. Yeah. So looks like the next episode is called Osamu Kirin's Apparition Conquest. I think Riku's gonna die. I saw the apple. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. And my notes earlier. I have a feeling because we see the same shaped thing that was inside the comet, and Mr. Kirin is showing it. I'm pretty sure he is gonna try to overtake Kirinmaru, but something's gonna go wrong. Got to pay attention to the intro. The very astute intro shows that they're going after a giant butterfly. I am going to laugh my butt off if the Grim Comet is some type of weird demon space butterfly from God knows where in the Milky Way galaxy. Because now that you look at it, it looks like a giant seed, right? It looks like it could be a giant cocoon, which would just be so on the money because butterflies have been nothing but just evil throughout this show. So who knows? But I am happy to say this episode is getting a 4. Not a 3, not common. This is getting a 4. It was pretty dang cool. The moment that we had all the girls being able to show their stuff, and that really cool moment, that cool moment from Toa. I'm very hard on Toa because I hate the fact that she is literally just a retread of shonen, a retread of shonen heroes of all things. She's a female main character, but she's a retread. She makes some really weird decisions. But regardless of all that, really cool moment. I am happy that I got to see something like that. I look forward to all of them killing Kirinmaru, beating the pants off of Mr. Kirin, and saying their goodbyes to whoever they need to say their goodbyes to. And then maybe we can get the real spinoff that we want. That's about Moroha and her family. Yeah, I went there. But please, tell me what you thought of the episode down below. Let me know what you think in my comments. Are you, just, I love hearing from you guys. So, don't forget that comment section is right down there. Please, don't forget to like. It helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're new here. And if you're not new here, hit that notification bell right there. Just click that bell. Matter of fact, if you're new here too, click that bell so you can get notified of more videos just like this. I'm going to keep covering this show until it's over. And then I need to go back and fully finish Inuyasha in the final act and give my thoughts on that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it because I read the last volume of the manga and it was very sweet and very well done. So, as always, guys, be good, be blessed, wash your hands, just wear your mask, be safe out there, okay? Be good to yourself, be good to others. Out of where it goes, don't be a jerk. I thank you as always for taking some time out to spend some time with me, and I will most definitely see you guys next time.